Ancient Egypt speaks to us through the ages. Its monuments and artifacts captivate our imaginations. These relics whisper stories of a civilization that thrived for millennia. At the heart of these stories lies a rich visual language. This is the language of ancient Egyptian art. Egyptian art was not merely decorative, it was deeply symbolic. Every element, from the majestic pyramids to the smallest amulet, held meaning. Understanding this language unlocks a deeper understanding of ancient Egyptian culture. It provides insights into their beliefs, values, and worldview. The art of ancient Egypt was not static, it evolved over time, reflecting changing social and political landscapes. Yet, certain core themes remained constant. These included the importance of order, the cycle of life and death, and the interconnectedness of the human and divine. By decoding these visual cues, we can begin to unravel the complexities of ancient Egyptian society. We can glean insights into their understanding of themselves and their place in the world. If you enjoyed this exploration of ancient Egyptian art, please like, comment, and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more fascinating insights into history and culture. The question of the racial identity of ancient Egyptians has long been a subject of debate. Some argue for a predominantly black African origin, while others posit closer ties to Middle Eastern or Mediterranean populations. This debate is often fraught with political and ideological baggage, obscuring the nuances of history. It is crucial to approach this topic with sensitivity and a commitment to historical accuracy. We must avoid imposing modern racial categories onto the past. Instead, we should strive to understand how the ancient Egyptians viewed themselves in their relationship to other cultures. The art of ancient Egypt offers valuable clues to this complex puzzle of identity. By carefully examining depictions of the human form, we can gain insights into the physical characteristics of the ancient Egyptians. We can also analyze how they chose to represent themselves and others. It's important to note that art is not always a direct reflection of reality. It is often stylized and imbued with symbolic meaning. However, by considering the full range of artistic representations, we can begin to piece together a more nuanced understanding of the diversity of ancient Egyptian society. One striking aspect of ancient Egyptian art is the range of skin tones depicted. From deep ebony to reddish-brown to olive and yellow ochre, the spectrum of colors used to represent human skin reflects a complex understanding of identity. These variations were not random, they often carried specific symbolic meanings. In some instances, skin tone was used to differentiate between genders. Men were typically depicted with reddish-brown skin, while women were shown with lighter yellowish skin. This convention likely reflected social roles and ideals of beauty rather than biological differences. Skin tone could also signify social status. People of higher rank, such as pharaohs and nobles, were often depicted with darker skin tones. This may have been a way of visually communicating their authority and power. Furthermore, skin tone could represent geographic origin. For example, people from Nubia, a region south of Egypt known for its rich gold mines, were often depicted with darker skin tones. This suggests an awareness of and interaction with different populations. It's important to remember that these are just a few examples, and the interpretation of skin tone in Egyptian art is an ongoing area of scholarly debate. Faces of ancient Egypt, a reflection of diversity. Beyond skin tone, the facial features depicted in Egyptian art reveal a fascinating diversity. While certain stylistic conventions persisted, such as the almond-shaped eyes and full lips, there is a remarkable range of variation in nose shapes, cheekbones, and other features. Some figures are depicted with broad noses and full lips, reminiscent of sub-Saharan African features. Others have more angular faces with narrower noses, closer to what we might associate with Middle Eastern or Mediterranean populations. This diversity of representation suggests a society that was far from homogeneous. It is important to note that ancient Egyptian society was not static. Over thousands of years, there were periods of significant migration and cultural exchange. These interactions would have inevitably left their mark on the gene pool and the physical appearance of the population. The art of ancient Egypt reflects this dynamic history. It captures a moment in time when different cultures and peoples converged and interacted along the Nile River Valley. The faces of ancient Egypt, frozen in stone and pigment, offer a glimpse into the rich tapestry of human diversity that characterized this ancient civilization. Dress and identity, clothing and adornments in ancient Egypt. Clothing and adornments played a significant role in ancient Egyptian society, serving as markers of social status, occupation, and cultural identity. Egyptian art provides a rich visual record of the elaborate costumes and accessories worn by people from all walks of life. Pharaohs, as the divine rulers of Egypt, were often depicted in elaborate regalia, including ornate headdresses, jeweled collars, and pleated kilts. These garments were not merely decorative, they were imbued with symbolic meaning, representing the pharaoh's power and connection to the gods. Priests and priestesses also wore distinctive clothing, often made from linen and adorned with sacred symbols. Their attire reflected their role as intermediaries between the human and divine realms. Ordinary Egyptians, while typically depicted in simpler garments, also used clothing and accessories to express their identity. Amulets, for example, were believed to provide protection and good luck, and were worn by people of all social classes. By studying the details of dress and adornment in Egyptian art, we gain insights into the social hierarchies, religious beliefs, and cultural values of this ancient civilization. The divine image deities and racial representation. The gods and goddesses of ancient Egypt played a central role in Egyptian life. They were believed to control the forces of nature, influence human destiny, and maintain cosmic order. As such, their images were ubiquitous in Egyptian art, appearing in temples, tombs, and on everyday objects. The racial features of Egyptian deities were often fluid and varied, reflecting the syncretic nature of Egyptian religion. Some deities, like Osiris, the god of the underworld, were typically depicted with green or black skin, symbolizing regeneration and rebirth. Other deities, like Hathor, the goddess of love and beauty, were often depicted with human-like features and a range of skin tones. Her image could be adapted to reflect the diversity of the Egyptian population. It is important to note that the concept of race, as we understand it today, did not exist in ancient Egypt. The Egyptians did not have a rigid system of racial classification based on physical characteristics. Instead, their understanding of identity was more fluid and multifaceted, encompassing factors such as language, culture, and geographic origin. The diverse representations of deities in Egyptian art reflect this more nuanced understanding of identity. Like comment, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications.